Welcome to Swayam Siksha platform. This is Ram Sudhir. This is our second video in Clarify Concepts. Now, Clarify Concept series is one such video which we are coming up with, where we are focusing on those things which we generally neglect in our day-to-day preparation and which are really important. Now, in this particular video, of course, I'm not going to completely cover exchange rates, but I'm going to focus on nominal exchange rate. What is this purchasing power parity exchange rate? Real exchange rates. When will there be trade competitiveness? And how can trade competitiveness be linked to these? Basically, India's trade depends on which exchange rate. Is it real exchange rate? Is it nominal exchange rate? Or is it PPP exchange rate? Let's try to understand this. Let's first understand what is this nominal exchange rate. Nominal exchange rate is nothing but value of foreign currency in domestic currency. This is, for example, let's say, so $1 is equal to 70 rupees. Now this $1 is equal to 70 rupees, of course 70 or 75, which we are generally talking about, is basically nothing but the nominal exchange rates. Now let's assume, let's take two countries here. Let's take India on one side and let's take US on the other side. Okay, now trade to happen. Trade is nothing but exports and imports that is happening between India and US. Now this is the nominal exchange rate which is there. Now if we observe, let's assume a dairy milk is costing around somewhere around 35 rupees in India, and the same dairy milk is costing around $1 in US. Now the nominal exchange rate is $1 is equal to 70 rupees. Now will there be a trade between India and US? If at all there is a trade that is going to be between India and US, who is going to export and who is going to import? This is the logic which we'll try to understand. Now in this case, $1 is equal to 35. That means the basket of goods here, I'm not assumed a basket, I've only taken dairy milk. It can be a basket of goods. So here the basket of good, I have not assumed a basket of goods, I have taken only dairy milk. Now this dairy milk is 35 rupees in India and the same dairy milk is $1 in USA. Then what is going to happen? And when $1 is equal to 70, it means for $1, the US can buy two dairy milks from India. Because dairy milk is costing 35 rupees, it means that in this case, there is more scope for exports from India. In this case, there is more scope for exports to happen from India. This is the logic which we can understand in this particular scenario. Now, let's say, suppose, that means what? When we are talking about, now this is what exchange rate? Now, this is nothing but the purchasing power parity exchange rate. PPP exchange rate. Now, what is this PPP exchange rate? The basic definition says a basket of goods. Let me take a basket of goods. Now, this basket of goods, I am measuring it in India. And this basket of goods is, let's say, 35 rupees in India. Now, the same basket of goods, same basket is $1 in USA. It means $1 is equal to 35 rupees is the PPP exchange rate. So the nominal exchange rate is $1 is 70. The PPP exchange rate becomes $1 is equal to 35. Now what is the role of PPP exchange rate with respect to trade? This is what we have to understand now. See here, if $1 is 35, this is the PPP exchange rate. How did I get this 35? What did I do in this particular case? I have divided something like the domestic price, that is the domestic price, divided by the foreign price or the US price. This is what I have done. So domestic price divided by the foreign price. This is how I have arrived at the PPP exchange rate. Now the domestic price of basket of goods or the dairy milk in this case is 35 rupees divided by the foreign price, which is nothing but $1. That means the PPP exchange rate is 35. Now how did I get that PPP exchange rate? It is nothing but the domestic price divided by the foreign price. That is how I was able to arrive at something called as the purchasing power parity exchange rate. Now, for suppose, let's say, if the dairy milk cost becomes 70 rupees in India, if dairy milk cost becomes 70 rupees in India instead of 35, but the dairy milk cost remains $1. That means my PPP exchange rate now is going to become 70. That means my nominal exchange rate and the PPP exchange rate have become same. If my dairy milk or the basket of goods becomes 70, then will there be trade? Is there a point where US will buy this dairy milk from India? There is no need. Why there is no need? Because when $1 is 70, they can buy dairy milk from US itself. There's no point in buying dairy milk from India. Similarly, there is no point in India buying dairy milk from US in this case. So therefore, when our purchasing power parity exchange rate becomes equal to the nominal exchange rate, there is no scope for trade. Trade will not be there. More is the gap between PPP exchange rate and the nominal exchange rate, it will facilitate something called as trade. Which country is exporting, which country is importing, that's a different aspect. But trade will be facilitated if there is a gap between nominal exchange rate and PPP exchange rate. That is understanding here, a crucial understanding when we gauge trade. Now let's understand how to measure trade competitiveness of a particular country. Now trade competitiveness, how to measure trade, let's say trade competitiveness, I am going to measure trade competitiveness of India. Now in this case I am going to measure trade competitiveness of India with respect to a country called US. So how do I measure that? How do I get it? So how will I get this trade competitiveness? How do I define this trade competitiveness? How do I arrive at this trade competitiveness? It depends on, what are the things it depends on? Now suppose it depends on, one is trade competitiveness is directly proportional to the foreign price, the price of the dairy milk in US. Obviously, if the foreign price increases, that is this price in US, the dairy milk price in US increases, then if this becomes $2, then they will buy more dairy milks from India. So it is directly proportional. Trade competitiveness is dependent on foreign price, number one. And the trade competitiveness of India is inversely proportional to our domestic price. How can I say that? Now in the previous example, if you see, if the domestic price is increasing from 35 to 70, okay, so they are not going to buy the dairy milk from us. So therefore, it is indirectly proportional to domestic price. And also we should understand one more thing. It is also dependent on this nominal exchange rate, which is $1 is equal to 70 rupees. So multiplied, this is directly proportional to nominal exchange rate. Why it is directly proportional to nominal exchange rate? For example, if nominal exchange rate in this case, instead of 70, if it is going to become 100, let's assume if it is going to become 100, and the dairy milk cost remains 35 here as it is and $1 here. Now, if the nominal exchange rate becomes 100, it means Indian currency has depreciated. It is becoming 100 from 70. Now they will get more than 2 dairy milks. In fact, for 70 rupees they'll get, so for $1, they'll be able to buy 1 dairy milk in US. But for $1, that is 100 rupees, they will be in a position of buying 2 dairy milks at just 70. That means they are able to buy more dairy milks using this $1. That means my trade competitiveness of my country, that is India, with respect to US also depends on this aspect called as directly proportional to the nominal exchange rate. So this is how I have arrived at this formula. Now, how can I write this formula? This is nothing but the nominal exchange rate divided by the domestic price, the price in India, by foreign price. The same thing I have written in a different format. Okay, so that can also be written as nominal exchange rate divided by nothing but this domestic price by the foreign price is nothing but our PPP exchange rate. So this nominal exchange rate by PPP exchange rate, this is nothing but what we call it as the real exchange rate. Very important, because the trade competitiveness of India is dependent on, it is purely dependent on what we call it as real exchange rate. Now, for example, let's understand this. Now, in this particular case, what would be the real exchange rate? Now, in this case, the real exchange rate would be, the nominal exchange rate is, let's say, $1.70 divided by the real exchange rate. It is something like the domestic price of the chocolate was 35 divided by the foreign price was $1. So it will be, the real exchange rate is equal to, in this case, we have arrived at a value called 2. That means, in this case, the real exchange rate is greater than 1. So when real exchange rate is greater than 1, it will facilitate trade, mainly it will facilitate exports from India. Now suppose my PPP exchange rate, that is this denominator value, also becomes 70. That means the dairy milk cost is going to become 70 and it is $1 in US. So PPP exchange rate also becomes something like 70. Then there is no difference between the nominal exchange rate and PPP exchange rate. That means what? Our real exchange rate is going to become, it is equal to 1. When it is equal to 1, there will not be any trade. This is what we discussed. So if RER is equal to 1, there will be no trade. Now, similarly, if RER, real exchange rate, is going to be less than 1, there will be imports to India. That means India will import dairy milk from US. So therefore, the understanding here is the real exchange rate is the determining factor for my trade competitiveness, because it includes the other aspects also. If the question is asked in the exam like which one will affect, nominal, real exchange rate, PPP exchange rate, the answer should be real exchange rate. I hope you have understood this, and I'm going to explain real effective exchange rates, etc. in the next video. So I want you all to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as my Telegram group, which is Swayam Shiksha. So please do subscribe. Please click the link below. And please do subscribe and also click the bell icon for notifications. Thank you.